The other game I've been playing mainly is Kunai. This has come out on Switch. I think it's out on PC as well. So it's 2D platformer. The basically combat pretty much stolen wholesale from Hollow Knight, but if you're going to steal from the best. So you're a tablet, as in like a computer tablet, but that sort of wears like a cloak and can somehow run around and wield swords. And it's like set in the future. Robots have taken over everything, but there's good robots and bad robots. Whatever, who cares? You're running around slashing up robots. It's sort of initially it feels like it's going to be a bit of a Metroidvania. It's quite open, but then it's like I'm maybe like an hour or two in, and it's now quite clear that it is like big open areas that you can explore. But then once you hit a certain critical point, it then moves you on to so they are levels really. It's just that you're free to explore them, and there's save points and stuff. The main hook of it though is so the kunai, as in the title, they're these, if you're not familiar, they're like Japanese like throwing knives, but they've got like ropes attached to them, right? So they're basically grappling hooks, and very early on you find two of these things, and then essentially what you've got is like a pixel art Hollow Knight with robots, where you've essentially sort of got like the web slinging from a Spider-Man game.
See, because I saw the trailer for this, and I when I first it launched, I was like, it's a pixelated 2D side scroll. But then I saw the movement in it. I was like, fucking hell! Yeah. This looks like genuinely brilliant.
It's proper good. Like obviously, does all the things you would expect to sort of wrong foot you. So there's a lot of surfaces you can't, the kunai can't like dig into. So there are bits where you have to, do a bit of jumping and around and stuff. But yeah, for the most part, like you can just fucking properly whiz around with these things once you get used to them. And they're really sort of interesting implications in combat as well, because there might be like flying enemies, so you can lob a kunai at them and just like pull them towards you, which is a great way to kill them without them getting an attack in on you. But obviously you've got to be really good with your timing, because you will just pull them all the way towards you and get hit by them if you're not careful.
Right, gotcha.
So yeah, it's a bit of risk reward. It's fucking exhilarating. The combat, just as I say, like it's got all the quirks from Hollow Knight in that. So when you're slashing away with your sword, like you can basically slash as fast as you can hit the attack button, but with every time you hit an enemy, it'll sort of knock you back a little bit, which again, that's how the kunai sort of partly come into it, because if you can do an attack and lob a kunai in front of you at the same time, pull yourself towards the enemy and get another hit in more quickly than you could if you just sort of ran back at them. And it's got the cool thing of like jumping over enemies and doing a little downward attack on them as you go over them. That was like one of the most fun things to do in Hollow Knight, and it's the same here. The traversal and the combat are just absolutely exhilarating. There's other abilities you can unlock. The ones I can buy at the moment are all just sort of quality of life ones. So like, currency sort of magnetized towards you, like a charge attack for the sword, stuff like that. So I don't know if there's anything sort of really substantially different later on.
I was about to say, how does it keep things fresh? Like, are there
don't know.
Different types of enemies, or...
There's different types of enemies, and there's like the levels have changed up quite a bit. There's this is quite early on, so it's not really a spoiler. You find this like rebel base that you've been trying to find because you want to join the rebels, and this like airship comes for you. So you zip your way up to it, and it's one of those levels from Mario where it's like the forced scrolling going through the airship and battering enemies and stuff. So that was like a cool little nod as well. The only complaints I've had about it, so like you don't have a map straight away. And you do this whole like forest section, where like it's not massive, but because there's no map, it feels way bigger than it is. Right, it's really quite hard to navigate. And then before it'll actually give you the map, you have to do like a special bit of the forest, which is like those bits in games where it's like, hoo, it's a maze, and every time you exit one screen, you could end up back where you started or whatever. Like, it's one of those. And it's like it's trying to make a funny point of like, this is how annoying it is without the map, and you'll need the map to get out. But then but you've already gone through a really long bit that was really annoying and confusing because you didn't have a map. So I don't understand like why that last bit is there. But yeah, I mean, then you get the map, and then it's absolutely fine. But it's a minor complaint in the grand scheme of things. It just seemed a really strange thing to include when you've already gone through a really long section where you're like, fuck's sake, I really could do with a map here.
Yeah, that is strange, yeah.
Yeah, but no, other than that,
is a colour scheme that sort of blue and sort of cream colour the whole way through, or do different sections have their own colour schemes?
Different sections have different colour schemes as far as I can tell, yeah. It doesn't deviate massively from that style, though. There have been 1 or 2 points where I've not... Like, there's been a bit that I thought was a wall, but it actually wasn't.
Oh, really?
So, so it turned out it was an opening into another area or whatever. So that's like, it does have this sort of limited colour palette, which works for the most part. But yeah, it has sort of led to some sort of readability issues,
misunderstanding.
I guess. Yeah. But no, other than that, it's properly fucking enjoyable.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it screams Summer Games does quick.
Yes. Cannot wait to see speed runs of this. Yeah, it's going to be incredible.
Speed runs of that just look like it's going to be amazing to look at. You know?
And there's I have a feeling there's going to be way more to the combat that I've not quite figured out yet. So yeah, really enjoying that. Definitely going to get it finished.
What's that on Switch?
I'm playing on Switch. Yeah, I think it's on PC as well.